Alright, I'm streaming, babe. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Alright, I'm doing I was playing with a controller, now I'm not playing with a controller. Yeah. I love you too, sweetie. Damn. Wait, what happened when? Iggy Azalea? You might have. Why? That's insane. Like, actually insane. That is legitimately insane. I'm, like, actually shocked by that. Like, I feel like it's like a toughness thing that like they have to do it to seem a certain way. Damn, now you feel like shit, don't you? So did she get actually shot on the foot? Is she okay? And did anything come of the guy? Of course not. People are fucking stupid. It's actually like baffling.
Embedded in the stone, it feels good. The sword does not budge. The sword slides. Uh-oh.
Who was it? Oh, some no-name fucking asswipe. So he's a an R&B rapper fucking shooting at people. No. That would play, yeah. I remember. Yeah, no, fuck that dude. Dude's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit. Pizza. Pizza, pizza. I love you. Oh my god.
So this is it? The Temple of the One?
Godwoken, are your studies complete? All Godwoken, you must go to the light.
I think I'm missing something here.
The ghost's memories slip easily into your... He's wrong. He'll die. You are Candor, and as his shadow, you turn and flee towards the library. A hunger rises deep within you, a desire for his source. The hunger dies. You pause. Lucian was the divine. Why would he want to harm anyone in the academy, from where his successor ought to rise?
A rule...
Perhaps the void corrupted him.
You are Leonard Rawle. You...
study all God work. You must.
Which one came next? Yes. Good. Very good.
I think I'm missing something here.
still thinks he'll be the next divine. You are Candor, and as his shadow you turn and flee towards the library to warn your tutors. But Lucian is too fast. He cuts you down. A hunger rises. The hunger dies. The spirit of a rather old man dodders around, seemingly oblivious.
Ah, I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of...
All the powers that a God-woken needs, I will not. I am Master Trell.
Her memories flow into you as water to a stream. You are Tarian Grey. You are God. You are in love with Redulus, and he is in love with you. Redulus, and a gentle pain stabs your... Believing it, she knows...
The lock and key.
Alright. Here is a guide to the academy. When you enter the academy, immediately you'll see that there are a couple of rooms that you can explore. If you want to go to the hidden arena, go to this location here and enter the portal. Immediately you'll see that there are a couple of rooms that you can explore. If you want to go to the hidden arena, go to this location here and enter the portal. What we need to do now is destroy this barrier. This can be done in two ways. One is to cast rain and then shock with any kind of lightning spell every single one of these conductors. Another way is through these rays of light that will open it automatically. As soon as you come into this temple, go to the left and unlock these doors by simply lockpicking them. I don't know any other way on how to open this. You will find multiple phase capacitors. Pick up all the ones that you see. You're going to need most of them. Next to the waypoint is damaged robot. You can repair him by using the capacitator. What he does, honestly, no idea. Didn't see anything particularly useful from him. In this teacher's hall, use one of those capacitors that you got. And now this, whatever this is, generator will start. There's also one capacitor over here. Turn this mirror like this. And turn the last reflector. That will activate this conductor. What remains is only to place phase capacitors on the ground, and that will open up. As for the second, after you use this lever. As for the second quest from the library, you can access that quest by simply jumping to this area, but there's a proper way on how to do it.
So I tried doing that, it didn't work.
Before I explain that, here you can cast Spirit Vision. There will be all these masters that can increase one of your attributes by 5, but decrease the other one by 5. So if you want, you can talk to them, they will explain what they will do. Up to you. Anyway, now you'll see a lot of these spirits. To start the quest that involves the library, you need to meet with the spirit Tarian, I don't want to pronounce it. Fuck it. This girl over here. So to enter the library properly, you need to do this. Unchain everyone. Position one guy over here on this pressure plate.
Oh my god.
Second person needs to use this switch. Third person needs to use unusual tablet or inconspicuous contraption, doesn't matter. And fourth person needs to...
Wow, okay. I love you, baby. Alright, that fucking works.
Down! I think I'm missing.
I don't think I have enough people to do this.
Now back to the study.
I think I'm missing something. Down! I think I'm missing.
pull the right lever over here. That will open up the library. Cast Spirit Vision once more and talk to Raidolus. Choose the first option. Go back to the quest giver and smile back. Quest done.
Good view? Aw, let me see.
As for the fight with your replicas, the thing that I've used is this pyroclastic eruption that uses 3 source points. Just go all out. That's all I can tell you. Go all out. I'm playing on tech. tactician difficulty and it's pain in the ass fight, but if you use your best abilities you should not have any trouble with it.
Let me see. Where? My phone finna die. They for real made it where you can't fucking like jump right there. Like you're funny. I want to go and
Are your studies complete? All God will. You must go.
Much to your surprise, you encounter Ifan.
Alive, I am.
He smirks.
okay, maybe I talk to them.
You face a familiar foe.
The god.
Hey there, Chief. Miss me? As it turns out, you left. Good luck, of course.
Yes, it's me. In the flesh. To an extent. No such thing for those I found through him.
Vile, sniveling little. How dare you reject? How many times did? Perhaps I should thank you. If not for your crimes, I wouldn't. But now, and.
Are your studies complete? All Godwoken. You must.
Oh my god, I'm fucking stupid. Ugh.
Are your studies complete? All God. You must go to.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Anything is possible through friendship. I got this big old belly. Think I might be trying to sniff out some trouble. No. God, ugh. This sucks. Okay, just be loose with it. All right. First thing that comes to mind, J Schlott tier list video, but his sideburns are nutsacks.
Yeah, these Chips Ahoy cookies are pretty good. I'll put them in the A tier. Oops, that's a hair. Oh, hold on, there's a hair in my mouth.
Now that doesn't work either.
Why are you stopping? Your sweet nectar. I need it.
I just can't think of anything, Mr. YouTube algorithm monster machine thing. Please don't be mad at me.
I need a video now! Quickly! Off the top of your head, give me a trendy topical idea that I may devour! Quickly!
Well, maybe,
Now!
Will Smith spanking Chris Rock's ass instead of smack him in the face.
I heard what you said about my wife.
It was just a joke!
I'm about to make your ass as bare as her head.
That's too inappropriate! That is cause for demonetization! The way you did his voice and the pacing made it feel like odd sexual tension!
Well, that's true. I fall back on that a lot. You got me there.
That's it! Time to die!
Okay, listen, baby. I see you getting mad that I'm not serving you up fresh ideas as quick as you'd like it. I know I've done you wrong. Hey, Daddy did you wrong.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's why I got a solution, baby. Look at me. Come here. Look at me. I got a second YouTube channel where I can make cartoons, where I can do movie reviews and draw weird shit and have fun and upload weekly. That's my promise, baby.
I've been hurt before.
Shh. YouTube algorithm. Daddy's here. Daddy's got you. And you, the viewer, join me. Join me on the adventure that is my second channel. I'll upload wacky cartoons, videos of me buying lewd anime statues, and heavily following trends that are increasingly popular and give me the stability I need to not put a gun in my mouth. Join me, won't you? You will? Oh, fantastic. Take my hand and let's fly!
This is awesome! I'm glad I have to do this to survive!
Are your studies all God won't I the wellspring there or you?
So did you get her into any trouble, you stupid punk?
Ouch, Dad. Isn't it society's fault I'm the way that I am?
Could be worse. And will be. Definitely will be.
Kingmaker is the first Pathfinder video game to ever be released. There's sort of an MMO, but in a weird, unfinished place. So what is Pathfinder anyway? In the tabletop world in 2008, Dungeons & Dragons 4th edition came out. To put it simply, D&D before this was Lego, and now they were trying to sell Duplo. I have heard rumors of some creatures who bought 4th edition books, but most people just stuck on 3.5 or some kind of homebrew. Also not happy with 4, a different publisher created Pathfinder as a kind of upgrade to 3.5. It was beating D&D on sales for a while, at least until they had their 5th edition. It's still a top seller. My easiest definition is that Pathfinder is Protestant D&D, or maybe anti-Pope D&D. That one might be more accurate. The systems are familiar, but sometimes you just go, what? But I never cared much for D&D lore outside of some video games. I knew little about the main setting before playing this, but it does take care of you. When a setting reference pops up, so does a simple hyperlink to learn more. I didn't mention this in its own video, but I think that Tyranny was the first CRPG to do this. There's a lot of games in the genre that would benefit from that. but you need it way more this time around. Kingmaker's a huge game and an ambitious one. Part traditional RPG, part city builder, part empire builder. A single playthrough can easily crack over 100 hours, so there's a lot to cover. Let's start from the beginning.
Our story started at the mansion of an Aldori sword lord. Drawn by the promise of a most dangerous task and a commensurately huge reward, heroes of all stripes gathered here.
There's a bandit king called the Stag Lord who's claimed wild territory. Whichever adventurer defeats him will be made the ruler of the stolen lands. And that's it. On the technical side of starting a new game, it is extremely customizable. If you saw that glimpse of kingdom management and went, wow, I really don't want to be a fantasy accountant, you can turn that off. The Empire can manage itself. This is a glimpse of both the game's greatest strength and its weakness. Out of every game like this I've played, it's the closest to the pen and paper experience. So this means there will be a lot of depth when it comes to your character and choices, but it will mean that this game can be cruel. You might wonder why normal difficulty tones down the enemies. That's because an unadjusted encounter expects you to use every trick at your disposal. It's not made to hold your hand. If a villager tells you not to go to the cursed Scooby-Doo Island, you might be another statistic. It's worth keeping that in mind before you bump anything up without playing it. As for character creation itself, Jesus Christ, okay.
All I see is blackness.
You have a few portraits to choose from when you get started. There aren't many, and some of them will even be used by significant NPCs, only being changed around if you pick that one. Thankfully, you have a simple import portrait button. There are plenty online, and it is easy to crop one up yourself. So my main used one of the pieces from the Total War Warhammer video. The check is in the mail. From here you pick your race, your appearance, maybe your ancestry, are you left or right-handed? When's your birthday? Do you have any 1099s? How big is your mom's house? The game has nearly 24 classes, with the DLC adding one more. There are special prestige options and multi-classing, and if that's not enough, each usually has 3 or 4 different archetypes. This is all before picking your feats and all your different skills. It's an insane amount of variety. It's like if filling forms out at the DMV were fun. I like filling out these forms, instead of lying face down between the parallel parking test cones, waiting for some 9th grader to send me shiny and chrome to Valhalla in his 2006 Corolla. So I like the character creator. It's very in-depth and not as overwhelming as it first looks. When that's all said and done, you can finally enter the world of Kingmaker. Let's check out the visuals. For starters, I'm biased. When it comes to isometric RPGs like this, I really prefer the look of 2D or 2.5D, but 3D games can offer a lot more mechanically, like being able to rotate a camera and really explore around. Kingmaker is fully 3D, but strangely doesn't let you rotate the camera. There is a rotation mod, but some objects won't have textures on one side and stuff like that. Initially, it seemed like having the advantages of neither format. Despite that, the graphics really impressed me from time to time. Because sure, some objects don't have sharp textures or other pitfalls, but they really take advantage of their effects like dynamic lighting. You may not be able to swing your view around, but you can see the depth in the image. This sounds weird to point out, but I remember going, wow, that's some good looking water. I mean, look how it's foaming up in the rocks, that's some good shader work. There are lots of effects like that that add physicality into the world. Kingmaker will never have the prettiest screenshots, but while actually playing the game, it's good looking. It's also worth mentioning the game has different times of day, different weather, and even different seasons. With as many outdoor areas as it has, that's a lot to factor in. I sometimes would get a feeling that an area didn't look quite right, like they may not have intended you to see it when it was snowing, but didn't want to cut off that possibility. That didn't crop up too much though. The environments can be colorful and fantastical and everything else nice. As for the characters themselves, they have a surprising amount of detail on them. Just about every piece of equipment you have is modeled on the character. It can range from weapons to even the potions you have on your belt. Going that small is unexpected, but appreciated. Now when it comes to art direction, this is tricky. When it comes to something like enemy encounters, you mostly won't see anything too crazy. There are cool enemy designs in the game, but I don't want to spoil most of those. But you'll mainly be getting generic fantasy enemies because that's what the setting is. There is a huge variety, but generally you'll know what to expect. This is mitigated by how much the developers just embrace the setting. They went to great effort to make all the menus feel like flipping through the books. Exploring on the world map has a simplistic charm to it. Icons bounce like someone dropped it on a board. You might have a series of skill checks that are inside of a book itself with this cool hand-drawn artwork in it. The game knows you should always have rope. Always have rope. DMs punish you for not having rope, but RPGs have been lacking. Not this time around. They know. So players can accept the world for what it is, but understandably some might be bored by it. It can be gritty, but not enough to stop being an adventure. It's hard to put into words. If you know, you know. As for sound, the ambient effects are mainly in the gets the job done category. On the other hand, combat sounds satisfying. You get these good meaty thunks when you're kicking the ass of some snake person in a beautiful meadow.
I'll try.
Then there's the music. This game has some amazing music. Sometimes it's the background fantasy strings you'd expect, but they incorporate a lot of different instruments into it. Like, at points it sounds like they're using didgeridoos. Other times it can be melancholic Blade Runner jazz. It keeps you guessing.
Strike with all your might!
I grant you death. Divinity will be mine, and mine alone.
So good of you to come, God Awoken. You know, you are many things, but above all, you are... The Lady Vengeance is...
It is time.
She gives you a...
Yes.
She raises...
We are done, mistress.
Yes, Breedeman, we are done. And so too, Godwoken, are you. Soon you shall be little more than relics of a bygone time, and this place shall... Goodbye.
It might be wise to look for a way out of here.
If I didn't know our shield had everything under control, I'd think we were in big trouble.
The ritual has failed. The structure lies in ruins, but you have at least survived. The rage grows, burning hotter than the volcano itself, tearing at you, seeking to overpower your sense. And it wants you. A familiar figure materializes before you. A copy of yourself, enraged. Your own face glowers at you in hateful fury, and your furious god
I called a hero from the chaff. I called him here to me. Hear and heed my call. my love. Your hand is mine to hold. You are mine. You are mine.
She gives you a look of the deep.
My mistake. I saved you. I guided you. I blessed you. I asked much of you. But I gave you, and you felt you could throw me a bone.
A memory returns. A sacrifice.
I admit, I ate that bone. Now I must do that. Now I must wield what's left of my power and become the one God. Give me your body and soul. Now, before the others come. There can't you never learn it. Now I called a hero from here. You
She.
and you. I now I.
In pieces before you. The god controlling it is dead by your hand. Lava roils as earthquakes rumble around. It's Malady. Where the hell are you, she calls. Ah, find my beacon. Her voice crackles and dissipates in your mind.
when I said never again, I really meant once or twice more. Okay. 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 Hall of Echoes once more. Or home away from home. You know what affects me a great deal? Hauling you thither and yon, only to see you still haven't managed to ascend. I want a god. At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to rest. We've still one big jump to go, but... I'll have to wait.
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish ether. She breathed...
At least... I'm going to take a rest. Sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. Speak to this may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, Godwoken. Enjoy.
Candles. And the demon. He keeps us. How could you? I'll never be free of him now.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now.
Sabile's spirit watches your approach like a...
There we have it. Don't we dare. The final die has been cast, and it's come up wanting. You have what you hope. Forsake me now. Go hence, and should you find the one I hunted, unite his heart from death. Let me be death.
It's so cold. I haven't felt cold in What happened? I just remember this wonderful. What a fascinating experience. And I will be able to spend eternity studying you creatures. No more having to watch from the shadows. No more having to walk mysterious social tightropes.
The skeleton pulls a notebook from the folds of his robes and starts scribbling. As you walk away, you hear him muttering about observations on the mortal races.
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, it shall be done.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat...
What's wrong with you? You seem... happy. It's written all over you. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister C.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally.
Stay hydrated, everybody.
So, are we? Allies, that is. I'm glad to hear. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole. And Dallas, or any of the others for that matter. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadow. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, and the Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you, you have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did. To create... I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's. Now, there's little time. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
I have a thought.
Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and...
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of... Dallas must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetiran back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need to track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. You cannot fail, Godwoken.
Not the finest of landings. Though I suppose at least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes. I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need. Why work, of course? Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes.
These Godwoken are going to be the death of me. Many more of those on my sleeve. I'm growing soft, aren't I?
Come and find me later in the Hall of...
There in the harbor! The Kraken!
If it keeps showing up uninvited, it'll never make friends.
More two legs. Why must you?
Death fog below.
You see the crash? The ship? Are there Voidwoken? Thank that there are Voidwoken within the city. I fear they are outside it. Do as we do. Stay far away.
All that death fog.
Pilgrims. Probably here for Lucian's Day.
Do you see anything?
Another card?
Do you see anything?
No, I'm holding.
Excuse me, have you word from the city? I heard the paladins inside have overthrown the magic. And if it is, who's in charge of Fort Joy? I don't know. Maybe the paladins have finally had enough of this clampdown. The magisters will just go and lock up anybody. That wasn't Lucian's. Ah, hello. Please, if you're in need of supplies, now's the time to stock up. There's no telling where you'll find another trader, such as things are. You'll have to forgive my limited stock. The incident in the harbour was...
No, I'm holding.
Well, I was lucky to escape with my life.
Me too.
Much less anything to sell.
I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
I pledge my soul to Lucian. Please return.
Another card?
No, I'm holding.
Me too.
I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong.
Another card?
Lucian will preserve you.
No, I'm holding.
Me too. Another card?
No, I'm
Hopefully
holding.
Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Me too.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
dangerous path ahead, friends. Best to stock up.
I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
Very bad has happened in the harbor.
Trouble, they said.
Wedding can't have gone on after all this.